Hey, what's up? My name is Sergi, and I am creating this blog from music lover to music lovers to you. And today we want to speak about an album that is deeply down in my heart, and it's called Velvet Underground and Nico. One of the most influential records of all time. And why is that so? I'm gonna tell you in this video. So I think most of us, when we hear this record, we fall in love with the most peaceful and romantic and chill tunes from this record, such as Femme Fatale and others, which I don't remember at the moment right now. What are they called? Because I'm not good with names, but I think you know what I mean. The most chill, the most romantic, the most sort of like welcoming, the most just something that makes you feel warm and relaxed. And this is how I personally got into Velvet Underground. So I heard those songs, then I heard some more of the chill, the you know the friendly songs, so to say, and got more and more into that until I found out the album, start listening to the album, and realized that actually it's what is going on. This is I heard what is going on. Why half of the record is, so to say, white, good, peaceful, and the other side is a little bit crazy, where you can hear something just pushing in your ears. I don't remember, the violin, the sound of the violin that would be, I think it's called Black Angel's Death Song or something, when the violin would be scratching as if I would take a needle or a metallic piece of metal and will scratch it very close against the glass, and this super annoying sound. Or when Nico, the female vocalist, will come to the microphone and be like singing, doing her best, and you would think, what the hell is going on? Why such an album has two different sides? Why somehow it starts more or less smooth and everything until somewhere in the middle of the record it goes somewhere crazy? It got me thinking, and then I started checking out some sources. I went to Wikipedia, for example. In Wikipedia, I read that here's the Velvet Underground, the band from the 60s, which is known as the one of the most influential bands of music of all time. And basically, there was a quote that I remember still up to this date. I don't remember anything that was written on the Wikipedia page except that everybody, or more or less a lot of people, who come to see Velvet Underground at that time, the next day would go and create their own band. Which speaks so much for itself. This quote speaks so much, it's a bit crazy. So people who come to see Velvet Underground the next day create their own bands. Very interesting. Very interesting. How is it so? Why is it so? It got me thinking. I listened to the album. And I really understand why. And at the same time I don't understand until now, until these days, because now I have a perfect idea in my head. So people create their bands, and I think the way to explain it is the example. For example, at that time we have Beatles, and when you see Beatles, you can feel a huge contrast between you and the band. You stand as a spectator, as a visitor, they play in front of you, and you can feel the skill, how much skill they have, how much confidence they have, how much voice they have, how the image they have, the way they dress, the way they do stuff. It's far away from what you know and for what you can. Maybe you play some instruments, but you don't play them that well as them, because they're the masters, like they are the professionals of their kind. That creates some kind of a gap between you and those artists. And you like, okay, yeah, this is they are the stars, they are the artist. That's why I pay money to see them, and probably I will never become one of them. And then and then Velvet Underground comes on the stage, and Velvet Underground is a little bit like I think they have a live album with the ass of the woman's ass on the cover, like half naked or something. And it starts with a song, "I'm Waiting for the Man," where before the song starts, we can hear the ambience of a bar where people talk, where people put glasses on the table, just or smoke or just chatting a lot, and then it breaks the silence when the voice comes in, and it's the voice of the Lou Reed who just starts speaking to the audience just before they even play anything, and he says, "Yoga, yeah, hello, good evening, guys. How are you doing?" Casually, and people like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, well, we do all right." And he's like, "Good, good, good. Do you need to be? Do you have classes tomorrow?" And people laugh and they say, "No, no, probably we don't have classes." And he said, "Oh, okay, so we can just play long, I guess. So we can have some good time today." And people are like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 let's go." And then they casually, really taking their time, taking their moment, just start playing music, playing the song "Waiting for My Man" or something. I think that was the song. And you instantly can feel the difference between those big stage stars and this band, where the drummer plays drums, but he doesn't play extraordinary drums. He just plays drums as your friend who knows drums would play it. And somebody who plays guitar doesn't play guitar so crazy. He just plays guitar as maybe you play guitar a little bit better, and then somebody else plays bass, but also he's not that special. And then you feel like, whoa, okay, so that's the famous band that people talked so much about. That's the band by Andy Warhol, the famous fashion or the trendy artist. Is that's basically what everybody speaks about until Nico comes on the stage and Nico starts singing with her voice. In Russia, we have a term, like a phrase, when somebody doesn't know how to sing it because a bear stepped on their ear or something like that. So it's definitely somebody stepped on Nico's ears, and then Nico, it's like a final shot, it just final shot. It beats you down, and until you realize that actually, what the hell, I can actually make it better. I can just make better music than them. I feel I can do at least exactly like them, or I don't think I would do worse. And this is how, guys, so many bands would create their own bands. That's how many people would create their own bands on the next day after visiting the new Velvet Underground concert. Yeah, this is how it is done, I think. At least before I did not have any idea. I can feel the influential, I can feel the simplicity. Velvet Underground is just a mix of everything. It's just a pure creativity. The people feel like they want to do strange sounds, uncomfortable sounds for the listener. Okay, let's do it. Or they want to make something tender and friendly. Yeah, why not? Melting guitar, sure. Warm sounds, like it's a pure experimental in a way. It just frees you up that you don't have to be so special. Don't have to play instruments that well to become stars. It just downgrades, lowers the barrier, the entry level, for people to think that how they can become and start making their own stuff. It's the same as if you would come to an art exhibition, and at this art exhibition you would see a painting, and this painting would be so simple, like Malevich black square, if you know it, or a simple. I think it was popular in the 80s. There was an artist in England, I think, who would just spit, different paint on the canvas, and it will be just lots of different marks and dots, stuff like that, which would be you would come and you say, I can actually do something like that. I can actually do. Or you come to a photo exhibition and there would be a guy taking pictures from his window, views from his window. And you would think, why is he at the exhibition? I can do exactly like this. I'm no worse than him. Maybe, and I always wanted to take pictures from somewhere. Maybe that's what I should do. And then people start going for the same art. They start painting or they start making pictures. And the same goes with music bands who start also producing their own music after visiting Velvet Underground concert. So that's the beauty, and that's the masterpiece of Velvet Underground's first album and many of the other albums, which I wanted to share with you. Besides that, I don't think anything. I don't have anything for you for now. Share your thoughts if you have some. So here we have one of the best albums of all time, and I hope you enjoyed this video.